the commissioners, the whole shebang are, right? But that's how corrupt the system is going on in Cardiff, in Swansea, Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland, England and Wales. It's a massive corruption and it's been there for decades. Last year, just alone, 19,000 children were raped and abused. 19,000 children raped and abused. That was last year. Whenever me and Bobby went through our court case, Southern Ireland, 75,000
Please share,
children
people. Please
were
share.
raped and abused in Southern Ireland. Me and Bobby took the fight from Northern Ireland here to England because we won our case. Even though we won our case began in 2013 and ended in 2017. 60 victims from 2013 to 2017 killed themselves. From 2017 to 2019, another 30 victims killed themselves. Whenever we were asked to come forward by the government, because it was a government-run inquiry, we were promised everything. We were promised the cognitive therapy, the help, everything. Our inquiry was £19 million. Here in England, it's £100 million inquiry. Yeah, we won the biggest inquiry in Europe because Lord Hart found the whole state guilty of the stomach abuse against children. Now, that's the police, that's social services, that's the courts, that's everything. Anybody can go on the HIA website, Northern Ireland, and view it. Here in England, the HIA inquiry costs £100 million out of taxpayers' money. I've already said it, so's Bobby. Yeah? I would bet anybody, any millionaire, anybody, $1 million.
If anybody's around Cardiff, you're most welcome to pop down and see us.
Yeah.
You're right there, the whole system's corrupt.
The establishment isn't going to get found guilty like Lord Hart did in Northern Ireland. The whole state was found guilty. I bet anybody £1 million in England, the state won't get found guilty of a stomach abuse for children. Because whenever we look, Cyril Smith, Leon Britton, we look at all the politicians that raped and abused children. Not that alone. When we look at Lord Mountbatten, he was a paedophile. He liked little boys. When we look at Prince Andrew, what has just happened now, yeah?
Please share, folks.
What does it say?
I ain't commentating, you're mad.
But you already are.
Too many of the elite are covered up. We are the ones that sit here as a victim and go, how deep does it go? Believe me, it goes very deep. And we're only doing this because we're victims. We're the true survivors of child abuse. We're the victims that went through the very system that the government have got in place to protect children. That they don't protect children. Social services are corrupt as hell. Social services have been letting children down for decades. All you will ever hear of social services. Can everybody remember about Baby P? Can everybody remember about all the cases? And this says, oh, will get it right. They've never had it right. It's always about children being raped and abused in car. Us as victims and survivors, I want assistance throughout the whole of England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. When a child is unfortunate enough to have a breakdown in any family, and it does happen, that child doesn't deserve to be raped and abused in a car home, ever. No child in this country should ever have to face what we faced and what other children have faced. A child deserves to have a life. We used to be able to turn around years ago and say, our children are our future. Guess what? A reality check. Our children are not our future. And that's the government and the powers to be that are taking that away from all the grandmothers, all the grandfathers, all the mothers, fathers, aunts and uncles. We haven't got that no more. Our children are walking round with pound signs on their back. £53,000 the local councils make off one child. It's a multi-million-pound industry. Yeah, where they can snatch your children out of your arms, right? Just because your child doesn't want to go to school, your child plays up, your child does this, that, and the other. To take a child off you. That's what we live in today. That's what needs to stop today. Our children don't deserve to have pound signs over their heads. Yeah. Our children have got every single fucking right, sorry for swearing, to grow up as children. They don't have to be groomed online by pedos. Why is the government not policing it? Why is the police not policing it? It should be better, but it isn't. Too many people like us have grown up with mental health issues. That's a government payout. We've got to go and get our drugs, get our antidepressant tablets. This is a multi-million-pound industry. Right? And they keep it going and going and going and going. Right? This is rip-off Britain. This is total rip-off Britain. They don't give two shits about anybody that's here. None of us. As long as the elite are making the money, as long as the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's always been one of them that's ever happened in England. When I stand here telling the truth, I get made out to be a liar. Yeah? That can't be lied about. Me and Bobby waived our anonymity in a court of law by a barrister and by Lord Hart. Yeah? So that we could tell the truth. We can't be arrested like most people can. We can't be incarcerated like most people can. Yeah? We're here as real truth tellers because we can tell our story. Because nobody can touch us. Because we told the truth and we waived our anonymity. We're here to tell the truth. I'm not sitting here saying that everybody's an asshole, because they're not. I'm not sitting here for 1 minute saying that there's parents out there that didn't deserve to have the children took off them. Of course there is. But the children that do get took off parents, they've got every reason to be in a care home, and I respect that, but they should be in a care home where they're loved, protected, all their needs are needed to, not raped and abused like we were. And that happens believe me, the scale of abuse is going to come out massively in this country. Children are being groomed online. Yeah, we've got alpha paedophile hunters here today. They do a brilliant job. Me and Bobby love. We love and respect him. We love all the paedophile hunters that are out there hunting these dirty bastards down. They should be took off the streets. They shouldn't be allowed even to be in our society. Why is the government not doing anything about it? Why is the system so corrupt? Right? We're stood here. We're doing what we're doing because we're all here because of the cause. Yeah? But at the end of the day, why the fuck are we all stood here doing this today? Why is the government not doing it for us?
Look at the way society.
Why is the government not standing
Look
up
at fucking school
for the
other day.
innocent children?
And he's getting fucking called a hero.
Where are they? Where's
Excuse
me
me.
today?
You
He
married
didn't
your
turn up
fucking missus and you
because
did
he's
your
an
day.
arsehole.
You didn't wake
Yeah.
up
But at the
27
end
years
of the
later
day,
and go,
right,
okay.
I'm going to turn over this lovely woman here to let her off both sides. Yeah. Sorry for swearing, but no, it rhymes me.
I know.
Thank you for coming and supporting us. I ain't finished yet, I'll have a word later. But then I'll hand it over to this lovely woman.
So really,
Well, I didn't know that I was going to stand up and speak today. I was just a normal person 2 years ago. 2 grandchildren and a daughter taking drugs. And I reported her taking drugs for 2 years. 2 years I reported and they fobbed me off. Eventually, they did a drug test on my daughter and it came back crack. And believe it or not, I'm a local girl, but I don't know anything about crack. I only knew I loved my grandchildren. I've got no criminal record, that don't mean I'm without sin. Just haven't been caught. I brought up 2 children, one with full-on ADHD and one insulin-dependent diabetic, and I lived in Cardiff University Hospital. I worked full-time, I kept a good home. I didn't do everything by the book, because I suppose I wasn't told properly to do everything by the book. But I certainly didn't do things to warrant social services in my life. I never did have them in my life, until my grandchildren were going. So they do a visibility assessment, a viability assessment. There's no rules to this viability assessment. Once you fail that viability assessment on whatever, you're finished. You can't get legal aid, you can't get jack. Once them children are in the system, then parents will never get legal aid. Never get legal aid. 78,000 children in the UK are gone in care, in foster care, in any type of care. 78,000 children. Now, that's not normal. 78,000 children are in the UK. 1,000 children that we know of are missing. Babies from cots. How can a baby from a cot go walking? Where are these children? Now, 2 years ago, I'm ashamed of myself. I would have walked past you lot. I would have walked past you and said, you're crazy, better people in mental hospital. But it's not true and I'm ashamed of it. Totally ashamed. 900 children we know of from Cardiff in the system. 900 children in the system. They went up 200 last year. We got unqualified social workers doing the work of social workers. They're assessing parents on drugs. When you go into a police station and you're cautioned, when you go into a police station and you give an assessment, you have to be clear of alcohol or drugs. Otherwise, it's not good both. So how dare they do an assessment of parents who are under the influence of drugs? It's got to be non-event. How can you listen or do a capable assessment of a parent on drugs? I'm not condemning that parent. I'm condemning social services. Probability, section 31. It's the easiest section in the book to take children because you don't need no hard evidence. You couldn't send someone to prison for stealing a pair of knickers, or she was going to steal the knickers. You couldn't do that. You'd be laughed out of court. So how can you take the children? You can't. You're going into a kangaroo court. These judges are not prepared. They don't understand the laws of children. They're weighing it up from a book, and they're weighing. Every part of what you say is weighed up. It's not real. We're not in a real court. We're not on a fair level. These children are taken from school. Hello. These children are taken from schools. They've got special needs in place. They've been taken out of county with no special needs put in place. These children, our children, are profits. That's all they are. They're profits in a system. At the moment in Cardiff, we've got an investigation going on. Hello? There's no managers in place. There's not one manager in Cardiff Social Services available. All social workers have gone and no one's put in place. Children have been without social workers for 4 months. 4 months. These are looked after children. These are bed and breakfast. They're bed and breakfast. That's what they are. They're carted off to foster homes out of county. They're sent to school, to breakfast clubs. Breakfast clubs. Where's our family unit? Why would you send them to a breakfast club? Why would you do that? These children need help, and we need help. We got solicitors' offices here. We got HTV studios, ITV studios, but not one of these people will help. Why won't they help? Because it's corruption in a dysfunctional system. It's complete and utter dysfunctional system. Solicitors are getting paid by the system. They're not going to work for you tomorrow and lose your child, lose a case. Don't be silly. And after your children are gone, you're not going to get your children back. There's no legal aid. And the weak who needed a little bit of help in the beginning that they should have had, they're not strong enough once their children are gone to pick themselves up. They haven't got the ability to fight for their children. Of course it's going to keep going up and going up and going up. But these people needed help in the beginning. They didn't need their children taken. They needed a bit of help. The help wasn't in place because the agenda was and is to take the children.
Bring back the lead in charge now.
And you may walk past thinking these people are crazy, but until it happens to you, and I hope it does, until it happens to you, you will not know what's happened. 900 children in Cardiff gone. They're gone. They're never coming back because a lot of these people needed help in the beginning. In the beginning. They surely can't help themselves now.
Behind you.
Phil.
He's looking for his battery charger.
Yes. Come on, son.
This is still live, man. Go on, Paul.
Right.
Phil.
As today was supposed to be
Phil.
supporting Neil, that's all that quiet. We will go into what we stood behind Neil for, which was obviously he was being witch hunted by the corruption for speaking up for a child that got abused, well, allegedly abused in a care home down in Swansea. I'm just trying. Hang on, I want photos. Where's these pictures?
Alright, sure. Go in here. Oh, never.
Two seconds.
Want to get back late, no?
Yeah. Alright, see you again then.
Yeah, that's them.
I want a fag, yeah.
We found the bag that they're in. We just got to find all of them.
I'll answer any questions you got. Just put them on the screen.
Someone asked if Neil was there earlier.
Yeah, no. Neil Mcevoy is not here. He kind of pulled out at the last moment because he didn't like the speakers who were present. He reckons we are far right. There's no far right or far left when it comes to abuse to children. It's simple as that. Simple. Thank you, Fiona. We're just having a little break, having a little bit of a tea. All our live feeds will be put up on the Alpha site later on, and that will include all recordings that we have of the committee, the ethics committee, which we stood for with Neil, and we have a recording of Neil himself with a meeting with us, accusing us to be far right, which we ain't. He was okay about it once we've explained the situation, and the people who were actually speaking were not far right. All they care about is stop forced adoptions and abuse to our children, and that's what we're all about. I would speak on this, but I'm not going to speak. I'm all right behind the camera, but I'm not okay in front of people, if you know what I mean, with a microphone. Story with Neil. Okay, it was around about 4 last night. He decided to pulled out of this, stop speaking for the children. So far as I'm concerned, he's just as corrupt as every other single politician in the country, and that's it. Yeah, we were all wrong about Neil. All it was about is financial gain. And he's hoping to become First Minister of Wales. I don't think so. If you stand up for the children, then you might have had a chance. You might have had a backing of thousands. But it's not happening. Yeah, that's right, Susan. It's about the children. It's not about anything else. It's not about left, right, race, colour, anything. It's about abuse.
Of the way he was speaking to one of his colleagues on the phone. But this is the alleged abuser of the child in the home.
Getting out, folks.
So, the care home in Swansea is called
Priority care.
Child care. We've got the address for their office, so we will be doing a demo down in their office.
Committee members
in the coming weeks. So yeah,
this one, Mr. James Down.
That's one of the fucking assholes.
He was in charge of the committee. Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? One of the witnesses.
Right.
A complete liar. Speakerphone,
this one is
which was non-existent.
Which was obviously one of the panels.
Oh, another one.
The head panel.
Yeah. Conflict of interest.
Neil.
Mr. James Drain, his father actually owns Priority Care Home, and basically he made two statements. His first statement was a short one. As soon as the ombudsman was pulled into the case, then it was an enlarged second statement.
Every time
And
this
straight
ad
after,
goes,
he had a promotion within the company
mentioned the
from
name.
assistant director
No-
of human resources to a director of the company. And obviously, here's a conflict of interest. Now we have the corrupt
I gotta get
Catherine
my
Shaw.
bearings on this one now. By this
She
time
was
I
just
walked out.
one nightmare of a woman. She was sick. Standing for the
So
ombudsman.
obviously this was the first witness.
Her boss didn't have the
Like
guts
I
to
said,
turn up.
Just as he walked in, the whole panel done by nutting the way that they was with Neil.
Don't
So
worry,
I did
the extra C
walk
on there
out.
is done on purpose.
But basically, this one, he started off as what was he?
Assistant Social Services Director, wasn't he?
Did he start off as it or?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, whatever he was, he got promoted after he done his second.
Administration.
That's the one, James. You're a top man. Want to come and do the speaking or what?
Please.
Take the ease off me, son. But yeah, like obviously he got promoted because he changed his.
Because he done a second statement.
Wait, he done the second statement. That's the fucking one, son. Yeah, good man.
Yeah. For the ombudsman.
So yeah, he got promoted because obviously he got told what to say in his second statement, and happy days. That's how the corruption starts, isn't it?
By her.
Yeah. So who are we going on to next? We'll leave that last. This one here. Neil got shot down for what he actually, how he explained himself in a live video with this man, because as he turned up to Neil described him as bald, fat,
Smelly.
and smelly. But this man, he got a promotion as well.
After second statement.
After the second statement also. But it goes even deeper with this one, for the simple fact of his father is one of the owners of the home. So obviously there's conflict of interest with himself and his father. He's always going to back his father before anything.
And the child was worth 300,000 minimum.
And the child was, what, 300,000?
Minimum. Per year.
We think the child was worth 300,000 a year,
And it's
if our calculations are right.
And there's 4 kids in that children's home.
Yeah, so the care home down holds 4 children. So, but by the time the council gets paid for the 4 and pays so little out, they're making a big profit from the 4 of them.
And they got 11 care homes.
And what's their priority?
Yeah, priority care.
And obviously priority, they have got 11 care homes just in Wales. Yeah. No, it's not the dog there. This is Stuart Thomas, obviously another member of the council, which, to be fair to him, he was a bit. Hello. Right, he was a bit quiet. But he was the quietest of a lot of them. But every time that he could get his 5 pence worth to put Neil down, he would jump at it. So, as the picture says, let's take a fucking drink.
Yeah, I got my hands.
Right. And then you come to the crook. I can't even say that's why I'm really getting even bother, right? But it's the ombudsman.
Ombudsman.
Right, so anyway, she was the stand-in one, because the one that was obviously doing all the write-ups and everything on Neil
Didn't have the balls to turn up.
didn't turn up for half hour, an hour on one day never mind the 5 days that we was all there. But this one here, basically, she knew what she wanted out of Neil, and it was practically his job. They wanted to cover up everything Neil was exposing. And the only way you can do that,
Cliche, folks,
is when Neil is explaining himself, is to overtalk him. So every time that Neil was saying something, she would be bang, 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 straight on top of him, shutting him up.
and this is our Paul from Alpha Team.
So yeah, she got a lot of abuse at the end of the 5 days.
She did find me.
As it deserved, yes, definitely probably. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, the trial went on 5 days.
But we knew he was
Yes,
guilty.
The first day of the trial, we knew the outcome straight away. As soon as we walked in, there was 30 of us that walked into that room. The whole committee looked at us, and you could see here, they went white, and they thought, oh my God, what a backing Neil has got. And to be fair, he did have a backing.
Yeah, I can't speak, Jace.
But I will put it out there because
Afternoon.
Now we are exposing Neil as well. You didn't have his normal crowd of followers. So my basic thing to Neil is, you've turned your back on us when you needed someone, and we were there for you. So where the fuck are you today?
Not defending our children, and that's us, sir. Definitely not defending our children.
What it comes down to at the end of the day is exposing, like it's just been done there, show the pictures of everybody, how corrupt the system is, and that's what's actually happened. From day one, like Paul's just said, we knew I think I knew within an hour of being on that inquiry that Neil was going to get found.
Yeah, I did. I let him have it, Fiona.
That's the people that are in power in Cardiff. Like, who's just been exposed for what they are. Now, we had recordings of them. It's not just our words saying this. It's not just us putting pictures up and us telling it how it is. We've actually got video evidence of these people and how corrupt they actually are. So, when we're all about corruption in this country, when these videos go out,
we have all the recordings for all the ethics committees. We also have other secret recordings regarding Neil, and they will be put out there. We're going to expose him for what he is. He should be here standing with the children instead of sitting behind his desk and more worried about his blinking becoming the First Minister of Wales and starting up his new party.
But what a great guy to say it.
Yeah, I am. I'm freezing, Paddy. That's why he's shaking.
But what a great guy he exposed. How corrupt it's here in Cardiff. And like I said, basically, this was just like a dry run.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. Neil couldn't even bother to turn up. He let us know about that was 4 hours night. He made a couple of quirks about a couple of our speakers. All our speakers are standing for the children. They don't stand on the left, they don't stand on the right. All they do is stand for all what's right, and that's our children. As simple as that.
The next demo that we
and he couldn't be bothered to turn up. So if you're thinking of voting for the next AM in your local area and Neil's up on there, don't vote for him. Vote for anybody except for him, because he isn't going to stand for your children, and they're all as corrupt as each other anyway. So your vote will be wasted.
You're talking about the more people you've got there, the more numbers you've got there, the better it is. I've always said that in demos up and down the country that we've done. The more they get there, the more we share this and get it out there.
Yeah, he's lost his credibility.
Because when you get thousands of the demos, it changes everything. 'Cause
Yeah,
people
yes,
start,
Tom. It's all about the money.
people start
That's all there is.
listening. So, everybody that's here today, thank you all from the bottom of my heart for turning up. And I really, really do. But get this out to your friends, share
We
it all
should.
over media, and this place should have been on a normal. You shouldn't have been able to move in here. There's room for thousands of people in here. So if we ever have to come back to Cardiff again, I want to see this whole place packed.
Well, Michael Fawn, I'll tell you what happened about him.
We'll do that. We will.
He decided late last night he wasn't going to appear. Didn't want to do any speaking. He didn't want to be associated with us, even though that we sent this demo up for him.
Because that really pissed me off.
And we could have actually helped him get into the Welsh Assembly yet again, didn't we? And maybe even become the First Minister, but he's got no chance of that now.
Well,
Not a chance.
Actually put up on her statement.
It'll be quite the
that she
opposite now.
wanted Welsh people. This is Wales. We want Welsh people to deal with this. Unfortunately, this is the truth. It's all online. It's there for everybody to see. And that pissed me off because I thought, hang on a wee minute. I've come all the way from Birmingham to support what's going on in Wales. And you're making a statement saying that I want
And Neil
this to
can't
be
even
about
go 10
Welsh people.
miles to support us.
I've done
Brilliant,
enough
isn't
demos to know that you can't always rely on your own.
No, you can't.
You can't.
We've done it.
I've done it, been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt.
Three of us.
You can't, that doesn't always,
That's why we have to
you know what
unite
I
Put
mean?
it all over Facebook.
Just still got him
I travelled
arrested, don't
from
they?
Birmingham
They've got
to
him arrested
London
then, ain't they?
to Manchester to
You know that
Glasgow
one?
to Cardiff to everywhere because
Oh,
I
familiar,
support
Yeah.
every child that's being abused in care. It's not about the day that you start making it your own thing is the day that it's all going to fall apart.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what I mean? I want people from all over the country
Yeah, thanks,
to come to
Irene.
Cardiff because that's how it has to work. That's how it has. We'll sort Cardiff out, we'll sort Swansea out, and then we'll go and sort Manchester out. We'll sort every town out in the whole fucking country.
Irene, we're in Hampshire on the
One by
24th,
one,
love.
if we've got to do it that way. Okay, and we're here to support all the people in Cardiff, and because that's the least we can do. I don't mind going anywhere as long as people are agreeing and we're all still doing the same thing, because that's what it is at the end of the day. But like I said, exposing them is that's easy. I just wish that I had been there that last day, but unfortunately Jimmy's nan was rushed into hospital and we couldn't get down.
Don't worry, I was there for you.
But I'm glad I wasn't fucking here because I'd probably been arrested the way things happened.
Maybe you did on the way out.
No, it's that.
Because I'm too passionate about what I do. I'd have fucking kicked off. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for the language, folks. You know what I mean? But every demo I've ever did, or me and Joe, I always ask for everybody to be respectful, to be peaceful, to be stuff like that. And the reason to do that is I've turned up at demos
Yeah,
where you know
we were here since 8 o'clock out of state this morning. The police were already here. There's only about 3 or 4. There's only about 8 or 9 now. We're all peaceful.
You turn up to your demo and you've got rat police stood all around the place and you're not achieving what you're there for. If it's kept peaceful, then you can stand like we did today. We can stand here and talk all day. As long as we're not causing trouble or being anything like that, that's how it goes. So anyway, folks, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for turning up. And love each and every one of you from the heart. And we'll make these demos bigger. They will get bigger. Next time we're here, I hope this place is packed.
We'll be with the DF.
All right then. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, well done, mate. So there we go, that's going to be the end of the demo. If you have a look at all the rain, it's peeing down out there. We're just lucky we're not getting wet.
I won't give Joe the mic. I won't be here till about 10 o'clock tonight.
Everybody's supposed to be staying at 10 o'clock tonight. Only joking. Does anybody else want to say anything? Anybody,
No,
anybody
no thanks.
wanna get up
No.
and talk?
I'm happy behind the camera, not in front of it, mate.
Bob.
Oh, you're in, Jace?
Right. Should we start the karaoke now? I'm only joking, I'm only joking.
Get the drink, guys. Head from the corner.
There's some Weatherspoons around the corner.
A little bit,
It's snowing in Glasgow, I've just been told.
Oh, by the way, it's snowing in Glasgow. And listen, thanks to the police today for...
Yeah, we had a few speakers, a few from London come down, Yellow Vestas, about 5, 6, 7 of them they did. And well, awesome to them. A big shout out to the Yellow Vestas coming down to support. We've had a few Brummies down as well. Obviously, we've got the Blair brothers down here today.
The police have been good today.
And the police have been excellent.
We had a chat with them earlier. Remember that everybody that's here today, this is about a peaceful demonstration. Because we're on about having the children's voices heard. Having our voices heard. Yeah, and to be honest, the police have been good today. Yeah, all our demos that we ever have are peaceful. We're not about making it rowdy, we're not about disrupting anything.
All it's about is
We're
spreading awareness.
truth tellers, and the only way that we can get the truth out is by being decent and putting the message out there.
It's a shame about the weather, we probably would have had a few hundred down here. But for a bad day, it's not too bad. We had about 40, 50 people down here. So it's not bad in the rain and wind. As you can see, the wind's still blowing.
Innocent children that have been raped and abused for decades.
Snow in Belfast as well.
And we've got to say that. We've always got to say it. And it's about being transparent.
So we got snow in Glasgow, we got snow in Wrexham, we got snow in Belfast, there's snow.
We got rain in Cardiff.
Yeah, that's all we got here, blinking rain, that's all we get in Cardiff.
Must
be because we're so close to the coast.
The whole system. We want to change the laws to make children more protected.
Yeah, we will end up in Glasgow in the end, don't you worry about that.
Not one single parent deserves to have the children ripped out of their arms and put into care where they're going to be raped and abused. That's what we fight for. No
we would have had a massive turnout, Steph, if it wasn't raining all the storms last night.
The scale is massive. We're here
the Severn Bridge was down to one lane, westbound, so hopefully eastbound will be open on the way back for the London lot.
I love and support all.
Yeah, it always rains in Cardiff.
Scotland, England, Northern Ireland and Wales. The job that these men and women do is massive. They don't get paid for it. They do it out of the goodness of their own heart. They do it because they don't want to see.
Oh, there was loads of hailstones last night in Wales. Woke me up about 2 o'clock in the morning.
They see it more than most do.
Snow in Limerick Island now as well. Well, we got a weather forecast going on here as well.
100%.
Brilliant.
They should be paid for what they do, but they don't. They do it out of their love, they do it out of their commitment.
No, Mark, Tim couldn't make it. He lives in Mid Wales. The transport links have been kind of cut. Tim couldn't make it down here today. He's apologised. He's done a live earlier explaining. And I'm sure he'll be on one of our next demos. We'll go up and support Tim when he does his bare knuckle boxing up in Doncaster, I think it is.
Today's been about transparency. We've all had different stories to tell today.
See the guy with the bucket? That must be a Tommy supporter.
We have a life that is with victims. We've got to take with it. It's not next.
Right.
The singers with a spy.
Yeah, Tim couldn't make it. I'm sorry, Fiona. He messages us about 6 this morning, so he couldn't get down here.
See me in the morning.
He lives in
To get out of bed.
on the coast. It was all
See me.
the power being cut there and everything, so he couldn't make it down.
See me when I get desperate. People have watched me and Bobby today, and me and Bobby have been ridiculed for that. When people see me and Bobby with the can in their hand. Yeah? We've been
If you do
ridiculed
want
for
us to
that.
come to your town, just drop a message in the inbox.
Me and Bobby
and I'm sure,
are not alcoholics.
We'll bring a demo to your town.
Yeah.
If you've got corruption to show
Because of
and oust anybody you want to oust,
I
just
get
let
my
us know
that's done every 6 months.
and we'll do it for you. You can tell your story
When we're stood out in public,
and we'll push
if
it
we're
out there.
doing a live feed, in the house,
This is about truth telling.
we don't know what
This is about
questions
truth.
we're going to get asked or how we're going to say it.
All right, right. Yeah, not too bad.
I drink like we're here today. I drink because it gives me a little bit of Dutch courage. I'm Bobby. Other victims out there. The little bit of courage that you need to talk about your case. And we do that. Not because we're alcoholics, because we're not. Yeah. But we have days where I never even drunk all over Christmas. But doing stuff like this.
What's that, Phil? Pinocchio.
But I have had a lot of people have turned around and said, but they always got a can in their hand, they're always this. Yeah. We have what we call, it's Dutch courage. Yeah. And that's what we do. Yeah. Years ago, whenever you had the embassy snooker club, they were all getting pissed while they were playing snooker, but they were getting millions for that. What happens to be, whenever you're talking about child abuse,
Yeah, we know it.
exposing everything.
What we're trying to do is
Yeah.
make it go
It's a
around
different
every town,
story.
everybody get
People
off their
see it in a
arses
different light.
and make a stand against this corrupt
We're not too
government,
pissed
establishment, the social
We're
services,
hoodheads
the police.
because we
This
do hard
is
every
only
single
can be
day
done by the people.
because of the
It can't be
reason
done
abuse
by the
that me and
politicians.
Bobby went
The
through.
politicians don't listen
And
to
a
you.
lot of
They
other
don't
children
care.
went
It's
through.
all about money far as they're
We've
concerned.
got the
All their
mountain
backhanders, and all we want is the truth
and
out
the
there
stars
and our kids
to prove it.
being made safe. No more
It
abuse.
shouldn't be about proof.
No more abuse
It
in
should
care
be
homes.
about
No abuse in
not
homes.
one
No more
single
grooming
child
gangs.
in
No
this
hitting
country
children.
should ever
Beating them up.
have to go through
We
the
don't
abuse
want this in our
that children go
country.
through. This is
We
about
don't live in Saudi. We don't live in a foreign land
transparency.
where this is just the
It's
norm.
about making sure that whenever children that any child that ever ends up in a care home should never have to be raped and abused.
Hi, Sarah.
Right? The government should never have to have pound signs above children's heads. Children are being ripped out of their mothers and fathers' arms because children are seen.
I wouldn't if I was you, Ian. The weather's a bit bad, pointless. I think we'll be finishing in about probably about an hour,
that gets took off a parent,
if not
you're
less.
talking £53,000. This is how all the councils make their money. It's a multi-million-pound industry. Yeah. There is parents out there, and I get that mess up. But they mess up stupidly. And I get that. But the social services and council services, rather than put a care plan in, they would rather rip your children out of your arms because it's money. Me and Bobby at Birmingham University, we lecture
Yeah, I'll have a look later, Fiona.
That's what we started this for. We lecture
Yeah, thank you anyway, Ian.
up in the
Just
creek,
share and support us.
social services.
We will be coming back to Cardiff. Hopefully we'll be coming back to support with the
To a lot of
DFLA.
people.
That's what we're hoping.
But
We'll come back in the
why do we
thousands.
stand like we
It
do?
will be a Saturday.
Because of being abused and raped.
There's only a few of us
If
left
we
now.
don't
The
do
weather has
stuff
been
like
really
that,
bad. The wind has
What
been
have been
terrible.
fought for?
It's stopped
We
raining now, I
sit
think.
And want the change. We want
See,
to make
well,
that change. And that's why
I
we
can
want
understand
to
a
do
certain
what
amount
we
of
do.
police support.
We're lecturers at Birmingham University on upcoming social services.
We did have somebody turn up
Put
earlier,
our life into their hands.
and they
We
started
do
lifting
scenarios.
written leaflets up,
To tell
thinking that
them-
we were all Tommy supporters, and we're not.
He suffered
That's one thing we're not.
through
We're
that
just
mistake, that
supporters
mistake and this mistake.
against child
We
abuse.
want them
That's
to
basically it.
learn. Their actions destroys lives. And that's all we can do.
This is one for the
We're
police.
here today doing
Police don't
what
want to
we
see
do.
this one.
Is it nice? No, it's not. It's not nice to stand here, say that you've been raped and abused. It isn't nice. But
But do you read it?
this is what it's about, the system messing with
Read it
us.
properly, folks.
It's about the
Read it
system.
properly, folks. This is what the system's done to us.
What the system has done to the victims of rape and abuse. Let's go on. This is what happened. Us.
I know, Fiona. Yes, Fiona, it'll probably be on a Saturday. We will have. We're hoping to get the whole of the DFLA out, supporting us in Cardiff.
Why should we care about them? This is what this sign means. Yeah? And I'm sorry for saying it.
He needs to read the sign properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go, folks. We did have a complaint off the police, but we left that till last.
No. If the government were doing their job properly, if the police were doing their job properly, if social services were doing their job properly, not one of us would have to be here today. Fact. But we are here because the system is so corrupt in itself. PPP, the children that lived in a wardrobe, children that lived in a drawer, we've met them, we've talked to them. Whenever me and Bobby were in car, there was two children, two Muslim sisters, but their mum and dad made them live in a drawer. Me and Bobby talked to them too. We knew them, yeah. And that was called the Sisters in a Drawer. Anybody, if you go online, you can research it. Sisters in a Drawer. Whenever you look at cruelty, at the head of any cruelty,
Lucky you made me admin on that, didn't it?
it's always the innocent children that get hurt. It's always the innocent children that suffer. It's always the innocent children that get picked on. Yeah? What about everything else that's going on in the country? Why is it always got to be innocent children? Children that can't defend themselves. Yeah? The whole establishment has corrupted the core. We're here to say how corrupt that, and we know how corrupt. We want to overturn the laws to make children more protected. Why aren't our children more protected?
MPs have to worry about their children raped and abused. No, they don't. But every day people, they come, they do. The elite are the elite, and they control us. But they don't. Because you've got people like us that are standing up against the elite and saying, we've had enough. You will not control us. Stops now. And we're going to make it stop. We're coming for you. We're coming for you, baby. Believe me.
So do you get away with it then, Chief? Do you have to put a St. George flag on your profile?
Yeah.
You have? Oh, get in there. I was going to say, if I had to, I would have put my half English side on me today to make sure you got it out there. Come. No. You do it then? Call me scum.
She's forced to travel down her life on this path. But she really didn't think out day after night. Was it intentional? Are you delusional? Do you understand what you were doing at all? What a waste of such a precious girl, I will admit. You took advantage of her and now you ruined it. And I just hope that one day she will recover. And a genuine smile she will discover. Sometimes the outside, it don't mean a thing. Cause this girl, she's beautiful when you start digging in. And now that's inside, there's nothing left to say. But I promise that everything will be okay. And just remember that I'm here for you whenever